supposed to have a co-caster with me today, but a few things just fell through. And we're gonna make it work the way however it works out. So, supposed to have Mech with me. Then we are supposed to have Chris. Chris's internet cut out. We also had some fun things planned. We just couldn't get them done in time. Really wish that Chris could be here to prevent any confusion. How about I do this? And this. So later I'll have an interview with maybe two people, depending on if their internet is working. We're gonna make it roll. We're gonna roll with it. So I hope you guys are doing fantastic. I hope you guys enjoyed our preseason games yesterday. So just quickly going over the scores, they were all 2-0. First, it was Thugs 2-0 over Event Horizon. We had Predator X Gaming 2-0 over Cataclysm Gaming. And then we had First Class 2 over Event Horizon Game Changers. So we're going to go in order of how it went. I have notes on all of them. I was going to ask for input from Chris or Mech or whoever my co-caster was. But like I said, stuff happens. We're going to make it roll. So for Thugs 2-0 over Event Horizon, my first thought is Thugs mechanically are one of the best teams. I think them and Predator X Gaming, mechanics wise, have a lot of potential. Some of the best aimers in the league, per se. I think they're up there. I think YSL, which recently became Rise Esports, is also up there. I think those are like my top three mechanics wise. But I don't know if mechanics are going to be enough to carry them to a successful deep playoff run. I think it'll get them to playoffs. I just don't know how far they will get with that. I've always been under the impression that even if you have good mechanics, if your team play isn't as good as the team you're playing against, you're going to struggle and you might even lose. And when you're playing at this high of a level, I think that when team play takes more of a factor and people open up the playbooks, raw mechanics aren't going to carry you. Obviously, they were running 5 duelists and I think it was 5 Senti, which was fun to watch. Don't get me wrong, that was hilarious. I just don't know if their team play is there, so that's going to be need to be seen week 2 when they have their first real test. So on top of that, One Frog One, absolute menace. Dude is insane. I would say he's probably their best player. Um, this is a bad thought. I at some points his mechanics were so good. I thought he was like a robot or like cheating, but I know he's not. Not making an accusation that he is. He's the I think he was the youngest Radiant or like consistent Radiant. Kid is insane. Kid is absolutely insane. Like his mechanics are mental. Um, I'm wondering if he is going to be their only key to success. I know Gotti stepped up a little bit in that second game, but I really think that if Frog is having a good day or a bad day will really determine how their outcome will go for the rest of the season. Um, Map 1 closed out 13-9. That was on Split. I know for a fact, since I'm Event Horizon's owner, that's a map they just haven't put much time into. So seeing a close score of 13-9 against 5 duelists on a comp they don't play, on agents they don't play, was interesting. It was fun. I hope you guys will pick Split against them because they are going to be putting in work and they're going to surprise a lot of you. I think that score of 13-9 was a little bit closer than the score indicated. I think that game could have easily gone to overtime if one kill went the other way. There was a lot of insane clutches by specifically Frog that were like 1v3s just because everyone was ego peaking and not really playing to win because it's preseason. But I think that for the most part, um, it was just a raw mechanics off and Frog and Thugs definitely showed that they have that raw mechanic and raw aim ability. Um, so unfortunately, because teams were not taking it super serious, which is fine. It's preseason. There's not much we can take away from each game. We were gonna have a highlights playing at this point, but we just didn't get that in time, unfortunately. Um, Regular season games will be a banger between these two teams. I know that they're 1-1 in tournaments against each other, so seeing them not in a fake stage setting where everything's actually on the line, it'll be a good time. Well, Vav, I'm not glazing them. I actually despise thugs. I am not. I don't like thugs. I like their owner. I don't like them on a person to person level. Just to be perfectly honest with you. Giraffe, the interviews are going to be a surprise. One of them I'm hoping will be able to make it. The second one, they're someone that wasn't the first choice, but I'm glad we have them. No, they're already locked in. Hopefully, as long as one of them comes back in time. Next up was Predator X Gaming's 2-0 over Cataclysm. So I feel like map one was definitely Adam the Prophet. Shout out to you for filling casting yesterday on short notice. But map one, Predator X Gaming over Cataclysm, the series that Adam actually casted himself. I feel like that was all fun and games for both teams. I think that they were both definitely messing around there. But something interesting came up from PXG's coach. PXG's coach said that they were taking Sunset like legitimately seriously. They weren't playing around. It did seem like they did pull a few plays out of the book. They probably didn't pull the entire playbook out. I don't think. I don't think any team was crazy enough to do that. But I do think that they did show some things, so I think that is definitely worth a watch for analysts and coaches and IGLs who are going to be playing them this season. There were some interesting mid pushes and some utility usage and some crosses that they were using until they were up big, and then they just really started to mess around. Um, if someone can pull off the five duelist comp in an actual live match, all the power to them. That would be hilarious. That would be a great storyline. I'd love to analyze the gameplay afterwards. That would have been fantastic. Adam in chat just confirmed that Banksy said that he wanted them to get comfortable on rolls. No actual strats were used, but I'm assuming it was their actual comp there. So one thing I will say is I think I don't know if it was because Cataclysm was messing around or whatnot, but their mechanics were kind of shaky. There were some gun duels and just moments from that game that should have been very easy. Very easy wins in their book. There's a few rounds where they should have just straight up blown out PXG just based on like first engagement, who saw who where. Um, and that was kind of disappointing, especially because Cataclysm was rated so high. I know mechanics aren't everything. There's a lot of team play aspects, but that was something that kind of shocked me when I was watching the game. Um, Another thing is that I feel like going back to that conversation I was starting earlier about thugs and PXG having the best mechanics. I would like to see a game between PXG and the Thugs. I'm gonna pull up schedule real quick on my screen right here. So I want to see. I'm gonna tell you right now if they have a matchup or if we're gonna have to wait till playoffs. So they're in different conferences. That's the biggest thing I know. So they'd have to match up against each other. Um, Looking right now. Don't think they play up in the regular season, which is definitely a shame. Yeah, they don't play in the regular season, but if that was my grand finals, I don't think that I would be upset with that. That seems like it'd be a good time. Um, I feel like that game would be very interesting to watch just because I don't know if they're that's crazy, Banksy. That you're scrimming them right now. That's crazy. I don't know if their team play is the best in the league, but I know that they are definitely in the top echelon of mechanics. Uh, Frog, Romeo, Kaz, those are all mechanically gifted players. What would be interesting is to see all of them on a team with maybe Xander from Event Horizon and then the duelist from YSL, which is now Rise Esports. That'd be a fucking team. That team would go really far. I do plan on having an All Star game at some point. So if we end up having an All Star game and they get on the same team, who's to say? I think we're gonna do. I have a few thoughts about an All Star game. I was thinking that we either do conference versus conference, or we go for a one top one player from the top seed of each division, uh, basically as a team captain, and then they draft from the available player pool. Um, and they have to. It's going to be a best of three. They have to field at least two different raw. They have to field at least two different mixes of 10 players. So that would be really fun. I think. We're also gonna have a few other events, but I feel like that would be something cool. If we could do fan voted too. If we do fan voted, it'd probably lean towards conferences instead of team captains. That's something I've been considering and working on. Another thing that I need to mention before we go any further, though, is so for all those who are in the league, if you were looking to get help with changing a person's role, getting someone into 10 mans, asking about rulings, getting support for our bots, you have to DM Prometheus for a ticket. I've been sort of pushing this recently. I don't want people DMing me, Senta, Josh, Chris, anyone directly. I want you guys to be using the ticketing system because one, it's really annoying to deal with all the DMs getting blown up, and two, it keeps it organized and it allows the first available person to actually be able to work on it, your issue and such like that. After tonight, if you want to make roster moves, you'll have to use a form that will be posted tomorrow morning. So for the league, you get two roster moves by default. That's written into the rulebook. A roster move is considered one addition, and then if you need to, one subtraction. The subtraction's not a requirement; it's an optional thing. Um, and then after that, you can apply for more, and it can be accepted or denied based on circumstance. We also have some breaking news. So non-negative is dropping out of the league, unfortunately. We do have 5 teams as backups, so we will have a team to replace them. Just unfortunate that we have another team dropping. Scheduling wise, it just didn't work for them. They had 5 out of their 8 games they needed to reschedule, and unfortunately, it just doesn't make sense to reschedule that. So I do wish non-negative all the best. I was really hoping to see them compete, but unfortunately, that's just where it's at. Um, then we're gonna go on to the next game, which was First Class 2-0 over Event Horizon Game Changers. So one thing that I mentioned in chat is that the Game Changers roster was playing Strat Roulette and IGL Roulette. So that was a little interesting. I'm sure you saw on map one with that wacky three smoke comp. They were running three smokes, a duelist, and a sentinel, but they were playing Omen roulette. So they had everyone hovering Omen, and then they got those agents, which was really fun. Um, One thing is that I think if these teams were both playing serious, I hope this isn't the cope in me or the fanboy of being an Event Horizon Game Changers fan. But I feel like Event Horizon Game Changers would have come out on top. when Event Horizon Game Changers started winning a lot of these rounds, they and then you know started almost trolling and stopped trying as much. Like they didn't want to try too much when they started going on a 4 or 5 round win streak, and then they fucked around. It did seem like first class for the most part. I don't know if they opened their playbook, but they definitely were running their standard comp that they run. Um, don't know what the deal is with that. I actually want to talk to Stagger about that. He's going to be one of our interviews tonight, so we'll actually get a chance to talk to him about that. And if it was a comp that they're comfortable on, was it old? Was it like an older playbook that they were using? Was it just like let's go out there and play our comfortable roles and have fun, or was it something else? Because I know in Sunset, PXG did something similar where they just put their team on their comfortable roles and then just said go have fun. So I'm curious to see where that is. I don't think it's the cope. I really don't because there was a shift in how Game Changers was playing. Do it, Hunter. Leak everything right now. Um, I lost my train of thought just from reading chat. That's on me. Um, do you think thugs are mid? I don't know if they're mid. I think that their team play isn't their strong suit. I think they're good mechanically, but I don't know if that's really like. I don't know if that's really like gonna carry them for the entire season. Banksy, I'm not gonna just throw you in without any setup or prep because the way that the program works is I was trying to do this while we were live the first time I was trying to add Senta's info and it was freaking out. Nah, I so we had a juiced up. Oh my god, I need to stop reading your chats. I'm losing my train of thought. Holy shit. Uh, thoughts on EHGC upset? GC wins 4 rounds and then loses every round after. Like I said, I think that they felt like they were trying too seriously after they'd go up a few rounds and then they changed how they were playing. Whether that's if that's actually what happened or not, I'll have to leave that up to the viewer imagination. PXG, I still don't know how. I don't have much to take away from them right now. Um, you know, you guys are playing a team that was definitely not trying as hard as you were. Though you were still trolling, I think that they were playing with their headsets off or something along the lines of that. It didn't seem like they were putting in as nearly as much effort as you guys were. Though you guys definitely had more on your plate because you thought that me saying that Cataclysm beating you in a preseason game that meant nothing was personal. But I digress. Chris, I don't know if he's back, but oh, Chris is back. Holy cow! I can turn Chris back on. Hold on, 1 second. Alrighty, Chris, can you talk for me, buddy?
Yo,
Oh my god. Welcome back, my boy.
what's good? What's happening?
Alright, dude, what happened? So you were working on some cool videos for us to show during the podcast with almost no time remaining, and then what happened?
So while trying to plug in the new mic, I may have unplugged the router, but we're here. So let's get it.
So do you want to go over your thoughts on Thugs versus Event Horizon? I already gave my thoughts on the 3 games, just stalling and seeing, you know, what we could talk about while we were waiting on you. But we're glad to have you back.
Oh yeah. Um, I'm glad. I think it was a fun match. I don't think we really showed anything. I think we showed that.
You cut out there.
I'm sorry, I'm here.
Oh, you're good.
Yeah. I think we showed that some thugs have a lot of mechanical.
Raggy. Scuffed. Oh my god. Hashtag scuffed podcast. What a way to end off episode 3 of the preseason finale. This is how we ended off. That's crazy. Oh, I know, Aspen. It's sad. Once someone's done walking in on him, we will get his
Hold on,
thoughts.
back. There
Okay.
we go.
Chris, you're tossing according to chat. How do you feel?
Yeah. Nah. Yeah, I think we saw a lot of mechanical things from frog or from thugs, but we can't really take anything away from the game since it was
I that's
really
kind
just.
of my thoughts on all 3 series, except for maybe Sunset for PXG, and then First Class felt like they were showing some of their playbook, but maybe not all of it, from my understanding.
Oh yeah. I thought PXG had a really good showing. Um,
That's sort of the conversation I was having, where I was thinking to myself that like Rise Esports, which was formerly YSL, Thugs, and Predator are probably the best mechanics teams.
mm-hmm.
But like I said, the biggest thing about Thugs and PXG specifically, and you can correct me on this if you think I'm wrong, but I think that they are um, not going to be the greatest in the team play department, and that might be their downfall late in a late playoff run.
Oh yeah. Um, I can't really speak for Cataclysm, but I know PXG's been putting in the work. Let's see. And I honestly I don't know much about First Class either, but they seemed like they were really coordinated. Um, let's see.
And then with do we can move into your interview since I kind of already talked about the teams.
I got
Because
you.
I have like 10 questions for you. If we use them all, great. If not, that's fine. But I'll hit you with them when you're ready. You were our
Sure.
first interview, the surprise interview.
There we go. Let's get it.
I mean, if before I do that, Lay, if they can go to challengers qualifiers and go all the way, that'd be fantastic. That's like that's my goal, is to prepare these teams to get them like genuine rounds, to see them like get a chance to get like these rounds in the best of 3 practice, and to be playing with something on the line, so that when they do go to challengers qualifiers, like they do perform well. That's my biggest goal. I want to upraise the tier 3 scene. So I really I hope that one of our teams here does that. That would be fantastic. All right. So first question for you, Chris. How did you
Yep.
meet the Thugs roster, and how did you put it together?
So the Thugs roster was originally Nobu, Kiro, and Icy. And from there, Icy or not, no, Nobu had a lot of connections in the higher. I think it's like Immortal 3 higher Radiant, and he just took 2 people that he knew that he was confident in, and we created a team. Uh, and then from there, they slowly did tournaments and grew their name.
Okay. Um, what's your goal in the tier 3 scene? Are you aiming to be like a well-known manager? Do you want to push Thugs to being like a top tier team that moves into tier 2, or is it a little mix of a few different things? Like, what's your dream goal with tier 3 and yourself?
It's probably a little bit of both. I really want to become and try to, because I have some goals of trying, because I feel like Tier 3 is like such a crowded scene, and there's no real way for teams other than Premier really, because Premier came out
Yeah,
this year, but just to create like, I guess just like a conveyor belt really of to continue this I guess snowball on to more teams continuing into Tier 2.
I
That and
think that's
just
really important though, because if you stifle your tier 3 and tier 2 scenes, like your tier 1 scene will be super far behind. Like good competition drives good competition, and that's one of the things that really frustrates me currently with the Valorant scene is, and they did this in Overwatch too. Not Overwatch 2, but Overwatch also, but they kept like all the information at the tippy top and did not share that to the tier 2 or the tier 3, and they like held on to it with tooth and nail, and it stifled them.
Hmm.
Like if you look at the tier 2 and tier 3 scenes for other regions and other esports, they have such a head start on NA that it puts us so far behind. I mean, like look at fucking Europe compared to NA for CS:GO, or
Oh
Europe or
yeah,
Asia compared to the rest of the world for League. Like if you are that stingy and that selfish, and you don't share the information and sort of make sure that like people are actually supporting these lower tiers, then your entire region is fucked, and there's no hope for your scene, for your region in the scene. You know.
I totally agree. Um, yeah, it just feels like we're kind of stagnant right now, and we're at a weird period where um, I think could be wrong. I think like funding's going down. I could be wrong
It
on that.
definitely is.
It definitely is,
As
yeah.
from my understanding, between now and when Valorant was like in its COVID phase, it's
Hmm.
drastically different. And that's really sad to see, because now people are like out and about and working again and doing things, but like for whatever reason, the funding is still going down. Whether that be we can't get enough viewership in tournaments, or we can't get enough sponsors that want to, partner with these tournaments. And it's really a shame. I mean, we got
It
lucky
is
with our two partnerships with Exclaim and New Market International Consulting, but that's still not enough, even with what we have with them.
for sure, yeah.
So what's your favorite thing about volunteering at Titans of Tier 3? Because you really stepped up in these last few weeks when you definitely didn't have to. So is there something that, you're really enjoying doing or working on, or something that you want to share about it?
I think I just really enjoy like seeing the league, like just seeing how much production and like quality was put into it. It really amazed me, and I really wanted to become like a part of it and try to help it grow as fast as it could, really, because it
I
reminded
know
me
I
a lot of
appreciate you.
Joester.
I've loved all the graphics you've made for us so far, and all the stuff for like our YouTube channel, where you made the thumbnails for the games, and um the some of our Twitch posts, and we were putting some stuff together for me today before your internet freaked out, but
Yeah.
I know it's genuinely been a huge help for me and a weight off my shoulders, because as the founder, I've been doing a lot of extra work and picking up the slack for a lack of staff. I know
Oh
Sense
yeah.
has also been doing a huge amount, so shout out to him. But it's been a huge burden off my shoulders having you and Mech help me out with some things.
Oh yeah. Happy to be here. Really,
Yeah.
really, really
Um,
want to see where we can grow.
so Lena, going on your comment here, still way more support in Val than CS had for the longest time. Is it still even enough though? That for me. That's like, yes, we're supporting the, like, we have a little bit more support for our tier 3 and tier 2 scenes, but I feel like tier 2 is fucking dead. Like there's challengers and that's it, and then there's knights. There's challengers and knights, and then there's nothing else. It doesn't seem like
Exactly.
nearly enough. Like there were a bunch of major and minors, you know. There's a bunch of major and minors in CS, and I think their tier 2 scene's a little bit more alive than ours, but our tier 3 scene is definitely, thriving more than theirs is. Well, Nerd Street Gaming's gone. That doesn't
Yeah.
exist anymore. Fighters Cup was great and all, but that was only 6 weeks, and now it's gone. And I don't know.
Is
We don't
that
know if they're
like a
coming
one and
back.
done?
I think
Oh
that was
yeah.
a one and done event that they were partnered with the Marines.
Yeah. I feel like that kind of funding's not gonna come back, but
I mean,
I mean,
it
I
was
hope it is.
fantastic. They
Yeah.
were getting like 3,000, 4,000 viewers a stream. Like that was huge reach. Like that's like
It
with
was
those
crazy.
numbers, you should be able to secure like enough funding to do it again.
Hmm. But yeah, it really it depends on. I gotcha.
I don't know. I feel like currently like there's like the conveyor belt you were talking about is like missing a bunch of parts. There's a bunch of parts that are in there that just don't fucking work, and we're kind of just letting the scene, or Riot's letting the scene die without giving it a fighting chance. It's kind of like
Yeah,
what Blizzard did to Heroes of the Storm. You know, they just fucking cut off everything to it.
I feel like I see a lot of tournaments like this where they have, and either they A don't have the reach or not, or just not willing to like put in the work to try to do the outreach to
Yeah.
get these teams in here.
I know for me, it was getting just decent quality teams in the league took me months. I had to be. I was messaging people every fucking day,
Mm-hmm.
every day, and I was using every avenue I had, and every new connection I made was a chance for me to bring another team in. You
Oh
know,
yeah.
when I sort of got my connection with Josh and Van Lynn, and then I sort of got into a connection with Cataclysm. And I got Cataclysm into the league. When I brought Cataclysm into the league, a few teams followed. Um, and yes, Lena, the league is going to be super dependent on you guys. You guys coming to these streams every day or every week, you know, interacting with us on Twitter. Like, if we want to continue doing this for multiple seasons and possibly multiple years, you guys are the part that's going to make it go. Like, I need you guys. Like, I can't do it
Yeah.
without you guys being here and being invested and interested, and, you know, interacting with the league on every platform that we're on, you know. And you guys are basically the lifeblood. Like, the moment that you guys stop caring is the moment that the league doesn't work anymore. Right now we have a little bit of lightning in the bottle, but we have to, you know, take that momentum and keep going with it. We can't just, like, you know, be stagnant. Like, I have to be looking for ways to keep it going.
Oh yeah.
um, but enough on that. On to the next question. um, Outside of being a volunteer for and manager for a team in TT and Titans, what's your favorite thing about it? Like, is there a specific uh, feature that we have, or way that we do something that really catches your eye? Like, if you were not affiliated with the league, what's your biggest draw?
Hmm. Let's see.
I mean, for me personally, it's this podcast. Like, if I wasn't doing this podcast, I'd be listening to this podcast like literally every day that it
The
came out.
podcast is a pretty neat part of it. Damn it. I have I am blanking on this. I do think you guys do a lot right with the just trying to reach out to the community,
Yeah.
uh trying to
I think trying to expand our avenues and our reach is the biggest thing that I've enjoyed, at least. You know,
mm-hmm.
even though 10 mans have been kind of messy, like, I loved having people come in here and do that. I hope we can get back to a spot where 10 mans are fun, because that's the only time it works. And just like a small PSA about it, like, you know, we're doing this for fun and we want people to enjoy it and have a safe space. So just, you know, remember, it's not ranked. It's here to build the community, you know. And I heard that they were really good last night. So I just hope that we can keep that going, you know.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, we've
Uh
been
oh,
they've
go
been
on.
going back. Go ahead, my bad.
No, no, you go on. You
Uh I didn't have anything. Go
go on.
ahead.
It's okay. It's the first time. Everyone gets one. Remember that.
Yeah.
Everyone gets one. So what do you see as Thug's biggest hurdle?
Hold up, let me pull up their schedule.
Oh, he's gonna pull up the schedule
All right, here we go.
while Chris is formulating his answer. I think that recently you've definitely shot up in the ranks as I've learned about your team more. Uh,
Mm,
PXG, I would put, I'd say definitely top five is where I would reasonably put you guys. I still need to see more. I need to see you guys in an actual game scenario. But
mm-hmm.
from my recent knowledge of you guys, I would put you a lot higher than where I had you. I basically slotted you guys in there because I didn't know anything about you, and I didn't think it was fair for me to make a judgment on you being higher with no knowledge on the team. You know.
Yeah, I got you. Are you talking about PXG or
Well,
Thugs?
I was just talking about Thug or PXG right
Okay,
there because
I got you.
Banksy, their coach, was asking me a question. about where we put
Hell
them in the
yeah.
rankings now. I would say they're probably top 10 conservative, uh, top five, like, you know,
They have
peak.
some scary players. I mean, Romeo. I know Romeo. Who from the match? Romeo
Romeo is
and
crazy. I've seen him a
Romeo
lot in the
Python.
10
Yeah.
mans. Like his mechanics are fantastic. Biggest thing with him though, from my sort of personal experience with him, the easiest way to crack him is to sort of just like break his mental. Like if you need to I guess just like teabag him a few times, smack talk him in all chat, and
Jeez.
his mental goes out in 3 rounds. It's kind
You
of
found the
funny.
crack.
Yeah,
There you
that's the
go.
crack. That's what I'm gonna tell my team to do. Just make sure they teabag and shoot his body every time on some Demon One mode. You know.
There we go. I'd say Virtuosity is probably our hardest player. I mean, the rest of these we just 13-0, as Nobu
Wow. So
says.
you think you even 13-0 Event Horizon in week 4? That's
Well, nah,
crazy.
I would say
That's
like a
crazy.
13.
It's
I would
already
say a
clipped, Chris.
13-6, but
It's already clipped, Chris.
God damn it.
It is what it is, and I'm gonna send it to the boys, and
Uh,
when time comes, they're gonna make sure they use that as fuel against you.
I know Nobu's in chat. He's got me.
No, well, Nobu said he's 13-0ing every team. So if they don't 13-0 every team, or if they even go negative on the season, he's gonna have some backlash to deal with.
Oh yeah, I got clips ready. It's about to be over. It's over for us.
It's over. Oh yeah, you did put a few of those clips in the sheet. I saw that last night.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
it's
dude,
not gonna look
Nobu,
good if we
your owner about to throw you under the bus, my boy.
if we lose a map on somebody, I feel like we're just getting flamed. That Nobu interview was wild. I was like, bro, you gotta chill out.
Yeah, well, it was so bad that our producer was like, "Yeah, we're cutting this short." So, if you are too much, you know, if you're too much, you might get cut off of your interview. So, just
Oh
as a
yeah.
heads up for everybody. So what is your match of the season then? Is it going to be the one that you listed that you think is going to be your biggest adversary, or
Is it anybody or is it just us?
you can give me one for Thugs and one for the year.
Um, let's see. Honestly, the rematch on week 4 it's gonna probably be the most hype for against Event Horizon. And then let me
I
pull up
think
the
that'll
schedule.
that that was kind of like the one that I was looking forward to, especially because there's a lot of smack talk and bad blood between the players of the team. And
Oh
me
yeah.
and you have had our fair share of Twitter beefs in our past about
Oh yeah.
our teams. So I think it'll definitely be a match that gets watched, and a lot of smack talk will go on the week of.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Give me 1 second. I'm trying to find this match I was looking at earlier.
Whew. While we're doing that, I will field a few more questions from chat. So, chat, what do you guys have for questions? What are your deepest, darkest questions and desires that you would like answered today? Honest thoughts on Sizzle. I said this the other day, when Cairo was in my chat. I think you guys go 4-4. I think you guys have not a hard schedule, but I think that your losses are going to be really bad losses, and I think your wins are going to be really tight. Um, I think that you guys are going to have to definitely step up to the plate, um, but I think you even out at 4-4. Oh my God, there's a fire starting in the chat right now. Thoughts on NBT asking for a friend from Adam the Prophet, who is also the IGL of NBT. Definitely asking for a friend and not for himself. Let me see where I put you guys at. I think I put you guys at 3-5, and I'll pull up who I have you losing to right now actually. So un momento, por favor. So week one. Let me control F NBT. I had you losing to non-negative, but they just dropped from the league, so you might get that one. You might be going 4-4 depending on what team ends up taking non-negative spot. I had you guys beating Purpose Gaming in week 2. I had you guys losing to Rise Academy in week 3. I had you guys beating X Kane in week 4. I had you guys beating ST Mob in week 5. I had you guys losing to Event Horizon Game Changers in a overtime match. I had you losing to Comet Esports Club, and in week 8 I had you losing to Rain Above. Obviously, I don't know. I don't know how everything is going to go. This is just a guesstimation from my limited knowledge of each team, but that feels like the most fair record I could have given you guys.
I think is Rise Esports the YSL old roster?
The Rise Esports is the YSL old roster, and then Rise's original roster became Rise Academy.
Oh, okay, I got you. I know it was week 4. I just had it on my. I think Rise Esports versus Tedward Gaming is going to be on week 4. Is going to be a really good matchup.
So both those week 4 matchups, Event Horizon versus Thugs on Sunday 128 from 6 to 9, and then immediately after that 9 to midnight, which is Rise versus Tedward, are your two games of the year.
Oh yeah,
Those are
marked on
good
the
picks.
calendar.
I think those are definitely great picks. I think we'll learn a lot about those teams at that week 4 matchup. I think whichever team wins those matchups specifically, or how they perform in those matchups, might dictate the rest of the season for those 4 teams. So
I got
we'll
you.
have to see there. So we
I
got our
did
next
see.
guest coming on. You
I
guys
got you.
might know him from one of yesterday's matches. It is the IGL of First Class. Everyone welcome Stagger to the field. How are we doing today, Stagger?
I'm doing good. How are you guys doing?
I'm doing fantastic. I just need to turn you up a little bit because you are quiet. But
Yeah.
thank you for coming on the podcast. We're glad to have you. So, was First Class using any of their normal, playbook or strategies or anything like that? Because to me, it seemed like you guys were genuinely like comfortable and like had a very strong sense of what you were doing in your preseason match. And it seemed like you guys, out of the 6 teams, were the team that took it the most serious.
I don't know about the most serious part, but yeah, I mean those are just there's like maybe like two strats we're running, but like that's like old stuff we're running. So we're
Okay, so
mainly
that
just
that was
like
one of my theories, is that you guys were running like old playbook plays that were from like that you don't like use anymore, or that you've grown from. But I didn't expect you guys to like actually open up like a full playbook, but I was curious if you were like sneak peeking stuff or like test running things, or if it was just sort of like a play something comfortable and go out there, you know.
we just kind of everyone just kind of played their roles and we kind of just like ran it down because the first 4 or 5 rounds everyone was just screaming, because they were just kind of trolling.
Oh yeah.
There
So
you
like in my
go.
ear, I'm getting like fake dead comms from my duelist. You know, so you gotta love that, right?
Oh yeah. Chris, you can we'll alternate here. I didn't get a chance to talk to you about this, so after I ask a question, it'll be your turn. So it is your turn,
I
my friend.
got
The
you.
mic is yours.
Is I'm sorry, I'm not used to these rosters. Is Potato Muncher on your, or is that Event Horizon?
Potato Munch is on my team. That's
All
his
right.
name's like Alu.
What? Some of these aces were wild. I was rewatching the clips today. They had
Oh
the
yeah.
sewers play where they all went up slowly one by one on either side and just basically let them ace.
Oh yeah. I don't know
The
what.
whack a mole clip, that was really funny. I'm not
That
gonna
was
lie to you.
awesome to watch.
I mean, the game was just entertaining because everyone was just kind of just running it down. I was just trying to go for knife kills, man.
I mean, we
Not lie.
had to, especially after they tried to disrespect you in the like second round.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, no, everyone was just screaming each other's ears. So we're just like, yo, who's like when everyone just got knifed, we're just like, bro, guys, come on, this is just disrespectful at this point.
Dude, it was like jet ults out there. How many times I saw someone get knifed every round.
No, for real, bro. I was like, what is happening?
I think
So
I
we're just like,
counted. There were like almost like 10 knife kills per like both matches. It's crazy.
Yeah, after that, my team, some of my players are like, guys, come on, like, if we lose this game, bro, we gotta disband. Like, what is happening here, bro?
Uh-oh.
Yeah,
It's
So,
raps.
nah. After like that game, we were during that game. I ended the game with me getting a knife kill. That's all that matters, all right?
Oh my god.
that's true. You got your one. I got my one,
Yeah.
boys. I got my
Yeah, I
one.
got my knife kill. But like the second game on Sunset, we were just kind of just like one of our players had to go out for dinner, and just like, bro, can we just like run it down? So all we just kept doing was just like rushes on them.
That was Sunset, right?
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah.
What's your goal as a player for first class, and what's your goal for your teammates? Because I know everyone sort of joins the scene for a different reason. Like some people will join for just the competitive itch that they have. Some people want to go pro. Some people just want something to fill the time. So what's it for you?
I mean, my main goal is to obviously make it into the scene and like, try to be like in the top if possible. But like one of my other main goals is to get all the players on my team to like in the most respected positions into tier one because all of them deserve like chances to even be pro because like all my teams are cracked. They're insane, man. I'm just there for the ride, I'm just IGLing, I'm there for the ride. I'm just trying to get them up there. That's all I care about.
There you go. Um, and then sort of piggybacking off that, are you the org owner as well? Are you a free agent roster? What's the deal with that?
So I'm not the org owner. We have like two owners that like kind of invest into us, like in our team.
Yep.
There's like some things happening outside of that. But like basically maybe like joining an org or figuring out the whole situation with that. But we're not entirely sure. But right now we're just like a free agent team in a sense.
Okay.
And
So it's sort of like a mutual free agency thing with you guys. So like
yeah.
they want a team,
They're
but they're you're not exclusive per se.
yeah, we're not exclusive. We're kind of like a free agent team, but they're still funding us because
Yeah.
they see the potential in us.
There you go. Alrighty,
But
Chris.
yeah.
Oh, go on. Sorry about that.
Oh
Second.
yeah. I was gonna say, but yeah, pretty much we're just like we're pretty much just here.
There you go. There you go.
So were you guys testing anything on any of your show matches, or was it basically just all for fun?
Oh no, it was literally all for fun. Like the most I was doing is just saying random shit to do throughout the game. I'm not allowed to cuss, right?
Uh, minor cussing, yes. Very
Yeah.
minor.
Okay. Yeah. We were pretty much just kind of doing like random shit. We're just kind of just running it down.
Gotcha.
Did you have a
Some of the
favorite call
plays
for
are
your
just
game then? Like, is there a specific strategy or like I want to do this for the memes? What is it?
Oh yeah, so I think one of the rounds, I think it was on Sunset. I was like, "Yo, guys, forget this. Let's just run on mid, bro. Let's just rap into Boba, for the fun." So we just
I
ran out
remember
through a
that
couple
round.
smoke. Yeah, we ran out through a couple smokes. We just see two people on site. We're like, "Wow, that actually, I don't know how that worked."
So what you're saying is that's going to be added into your main Sunset playbook, and we're going to see it again someday, right?
I mean, yeah, why not? Just for the fun.
There you go.
Flush it out, scrim it out a few times, get the utility down, and we'll see it in a few weeks, I guess.
I mean, you gotta have some kind of trolling happening in the games. Then there's no entertainment.
Exactly. And if you're not having fun, are you really out there competing in an esport? That's kind of the way
Yeah,
I've
that's what
always
that's what I'm
looked at it.
saying. You need the
There you
content in your
go.
life.
Who's your biggest adversary for first class? Like, is it going to be like one of the other teams? Is it some outside drama that you have to deal with? Like, what's like the biggest hurdle for you guys as a team right now?
Honestly, like all the teams are like decent in here. Like they're good. I believe they can like do pretty well, like especially in like contenders and stuff, or like challengers at least. But honestly, I don't think there's any adversary here. I think we're a pretty solid team, and we can honestly go 8-0. I honestly believe in my team that much.
What
Okay.
what week is going to be the hardest for you then?
For like any of the games.
Yeah,
Yeah.
what game? Yeah.
Let me take a look.
I can tell you your matchups right now. I already have you pulled up. Week one, you're
Yeah,
playing against New Mexico State. Week two is Tedward. Week three is Atlas. Week four is Cataclysm. Week five is Hijinks. Week six is Thugs. Week seven is non-negative, but non-negative's getting replaced. And week eight is Chosen Ones.
Well, just go ahead and say 6 because I know.
Yeah.
No, I'm
You know
joking.
what? Yeah, I'll say 6. For the entertainment.
Yeah.
Just a bunch of hard aimers going against each other.
There you
There we
go.
go.
Yeah. I think
Nobu,
week
there
6
you
should be
go.
a
You
fun
got your
match.
Yeah,
smack
come
talk
on.
against thugs you were looking for.
Yeah. You want the You want the smoke, Chris? Yeah. You ready?
Oh yeah, for sure. I'm ready.
So,
That's all good.
13-3.
when are we gonna get the
13-3.
fake Twitter drama between First Class and Thugs?
Oh yeah,
Oh yeah, I got you. I'll be like,
All right.
actually, you know what? I'll glaze Chris. I'll be like, yo, Chris. Anytime you're talking to a girl, I'll be like, yo, Chris, thanks for letting me borrow your Lambo. I got you, bro. I'll support you this time.
Let's go.
Let's
Let's
go.
go.
WIGL.
Yeah.
Why don't you
Fuck
bring
yeah.
that
We'll have my
that
teammates do all the shit talking while Chris and I will just have like a quick little drink at a bar or something.
Hell yeah.
Oh, alrighty. What do you look forward to the most this season then?
Honestly, like maybe most likely the playoffs. I think that would be probably pretty entertaining. I feel like that's where all the good teams in the league will probably like after the whole week matches are done. The playoffs are like the main thing that are like, in my opinion, the most important, and that's where a lot of teams will probably bring in all their better like plays from like their scrapbooks or like better, like probably that's where they're most like warmed. I would say.
Okay. Um, Piggybacking off that, then, what's your favorite thing about the playoffs? Is it the play-in tournament for last chance, sort of sneak your way in, even if you have a bad season? Is it the fact that it's best of threes all the way up to a best of 5 grand finals where it's the best of each conference playing each other? Or do you think, or is there something else that you're really looking forward to from it?
I would honestly say like the conference, the way like it's approaching, like the way you guys approach the playoffs and that sort of sense. I mean, the plans is like, I mean, that's honestly something I'm not worried about. I mean, good luck to the other teams. Like, no offense to any other team, but like, good luck. But probably the conference. That's very interesting. I like the take you guys are taking, having on
So
this
more of
like the
a
playoffs.
traditional sports look at it, you know?
Yeah. I do like that. I respect that a lot. So like, I'm kind of glad you guys are running something different compared to other tournaments and like leagues.
So in my predictions, I went through your schedule. I had you guys ending at 5-3, which gets you into the playoffs as the 4th or 5th seed. Where do you sort of see yourself? Do you see yourself around that 4th or 5th seed spot, or do you see yourself sneaking in higher?
I mean, honestly, I think we go 8-0, but like that's just me being straight up. But
Okay.
I mean, I think my expectations, like my lowest expectations, is probably going like 6-2.
Okay, that's fair. I think that's valid. I think a lot of these better teams, especially because they have to play each other, are expecting 6-2, 7-1, but only a few amount of teams are going to be able to actually achieve that. So
Yeah. I mean, I think a lot of these teams are really good. They have a great, like a lot of these teams have great aimers, and I mean, I see them practice a lot too, so I respect that. But honestly, I think, in a sense, what we have is like a lot of players that are, like a lot of players on my team are very like, they've been playing for a while in the scene, so I don't know if they have the amount of experience as like some of my players have in my team.
I can respect the fact that you're super confident and you have that sort of sense like my guys are better than your guys. For a lot of IGLs and coaches, that's something that you really need to have. And if you can't trust your teammates like that, like how is that actually going to turn out? Like that
Yeah,
doesn't seem like it's a recipe for success if you can't like support your teammates like that. So it's good that you have that type of mental with that.
There's a lot of
yeah.
teams that you do respect. Is there one that you don't respect, or like you're just saying you run them?
If you want to start calling out names, bro, I got you. But like,
Sure. I mean,
I'm
I
gonna
have a
keep the
Just call
DM.
respect.
out one name. You can call out one name in the most respectful way possible.
I mean, I see in chat right now Banksy over going crazy. Like
He might have sent me a
PXG.
DM.
Nah. But PXG though, like this guy's still talking about the scrim we did the other day.
That's
He's
crazy.
still,
That's what he DM'd me. He said you went triple negative, so therefore we're putting you 3 and 5.
That's
yeah, we
crazy.
had a guy on a laptop playing, so he was just like, we didn't care.
Oh shit!
That's
If we had a
crazy.
guy playing on a laptop going 11 and we still going 11-13 in the scoreboard, that's kind of crazy though. I'm just saying, yeah.
Shit.
Oh,
Yo.
Banksy. Shoo!
That's kind of crazy, my guy.
Banksy, where you at?
Yeah,
Where
where you
you
at, bro?
at? You got called out, my boy.
We gotta drag him in, bro.
Nah,
See,
Banksy's
excuses.
saying we had a guy on a 1,000 ping. I don't believe that.
Yeah, I don't believe that at all, man. It's okay, bro. It's okay. I'll let you cook, though. I'll let you cook. You know, I ain't stopping you.
He's pulling out every excuse now. That's crazy. I
Yeah,
mean,
Yeah,
we
let's
I'll
can
cook.
let him
get
Let's
replace
everyone in a
cook.
me.
call. Do we want to have a 2-way?
Yeah, get Banks in here. You know, let's cook. Let's have some. Let's
Let's
have some
cook,
creative
yeah.
Alrighty,
banter.
we'll do an impromptu debate between Stagger and Banksy. Banksy, join any call, and I will drag you in.
Don't worry, bro. I'll
He's
go. I'll
already
go
in
double
there.
negative. I'll go triple negative. I'll be proud about it. You know. Don't worry about me, man.
That's right.
Oh, why is he in that one? Alrighty, I'm pulling him. Alrighty,
Yo,
before
yo,
So,
one second,
nah.
before you start.
he said,
There's
"No."
gonna be
no.
some
Okay.
goddamn rules. If I tell you to shut the fuck up, you both shut the fuck up. Alrighty, understood?
All right.
All right. Sounds good. Sounds
You
good.
guys will each have. I'm gonna put a timer up. You guys each have a minute to make
What?
opening statements to each other. Banksy, since you have not been on the podcast, you will get the first minute to go, and your time will start now.
All right. Anyways, I've cleared damn near every top team up in this bitch. Okay, that's one. Two, I got screenshots for everything. My players is always complaining about some shit with some team. All right, I'm not hearing it. Second, I don't want to hear nothing from you, Stagger. You went triple negative. We had a person in a whole different state on the other half of the damn country, okay, on a laptop. We have one player who literally is in a tent community playing on a 1060 GPU, okay? On top of that,
Oh my God.
my players don't even know what the fuck's happening most of the time. Like most of the time, my IGL has to tell them how to move across the map. I'm not fucking hearing it. Your team is shit.
Oh my God. All right, rebuttal,
You got
rebuttal.
15 seconds. Do you want to pass your time?
Nah,
Man.
fuck that. I'm not passing no time, bro. Noble can vouch. Rerun your shit. We run the whole thing, bro.
All right, let him respond.
The only
Alrighty,
team,
time's up.
that,
Time's up.
Yeah, all I'm saying though, I mean, I can't talk about stats, but all I'm gonna say is experience check, VLR check, running back check. Do any of your players got experience coming from my guys?
yes,
That's
they
what I'm
do.
gonna
Every
say,
single
bro.
one of them. Every single one of them.
I don't know about that, Chief, bro. You can
Every single
also
one of them.
stat check my teammates, bro. They're definitely gonna have better stats than your team, homie.
Oh my, please do. Let's run this shit.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yo, you know what? Best of 3 show match. Bring it.
Best of 3 show match, yeah.
Let's go.
Bring
You
it.
run it?
When do you guys
Bring
want to
it.
do that?
Chris, set it up.
That's
What day
wild.
you guys wanna do
I'm not
that?
your bitch, but all right.
I mean, they don't call me a professional gaslighter for no reason, am I right?
All right, January 1st, first day of the new year.
Do you guys want to do it tomorrow? Like, do we want to run it tomorrow?
I don't know.
I'll talk to the boys. I get back to you. It depends on if they're available. But
Yeah, it depends on the
bring
build.
that shit on. Bring that shit on.
Alrighty,
got you,
we
dude.
will
I got you.
try. I will add you guys all to a group chat. And we will see what we can do. Alrighty. That's
Nah, bro.
crazy,
I'm not playing no
Keep that
fucking
energy.
games, bro. I'm gonna keep the same fucking energy, bro. Your team's mid.
I
You
want.
get cleared.
This is serious though. Like, there's no trolling. I need you guys to like actually like be going at
Cleared.
each other here.
Cleared.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I got you, though.
Cleared.
Don't worry, bro. It's on site, homie. It's on site.
That's
Bro, it
crazy.
could be on
Like
site,
Haven,
bro.
bro.
It could
Oh,
be on
shit.
site. Cleared every day of the week.
All right, got you, bro.
I
Do you want
bet.
to do map bans now live on stream?
That'd be insane.
Nah,
yeah.
we'll do that. We'll do that at the show match. Don't worry about that right now. We'll
All right.
schedule it sometime.
We will try and get it done before week 1. Alrighty.
Cleared.
We'll talk that out.
We have a week to
God.
do it. So, alrighty. Banksy, I'm gonna
Cleared.
pull you out. Good luck.
Cleared.
It's
So-
crazy.
we put you on
Oh,
we put you
geez.
on the spot there. Are you gonna go all out for this show match, or are you just gonna troll and have fun? Because he did say some pretty crazy things about you guys. I feel like this is kind of like
Oh,
a
we're
pride
gonna-
match
we're gonna-
now.
Depends on my boys, you know. Depends how they feel, you know, for the entertainment. If they want the entertainment, we'll do the entertainment. But if they want to
How
go
about
serious, we'll run
this?
it down.
How about this? Me and Chris will put up $50 combined. I'll do 25. He'll do 25.
Okay.
Put 50 on it alone.
Winner, I voluntold you for this, Chris.
All right.
Winner of this will get $50.
Okay, yeah. See, if we got money talking in here, that would be more entertainment, you know.
Of
All right,
course.
we'll run it down. We'll clear them out.
That's crazy. Alrighty.
We need to work on times, but yeah, we got
Yes,
this.
Yeah,
we
we'll talk
We
after
will
the
get
game,
this
you know,
done
it's like
at
a time
some
to do it.
point.
Yeah.
Bet.
Alrighty, we're
I
gonna
mean,
let
this
you
is gonna
go,
be fun, you
Stagger,
know?
though. Thank you for coming on the
What?
show. I do appreciate it.
Oh yeah, of course. Thank you for inviting me for the interview. It was
Of
very
course.
enjoyable.
And
Thank you for
we
showing up.
can't wait to see how you do in the season. Once again, GG's against Event Horizon Game Changers, and it won't go the same next time. Alrighty.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Have a good
Nah,
day.
I got you. But yeah, y'all have a good night. Appreciate it.
Later. Alrighty. Woo!
The heat is on.
That was interesting. That was
I can't,
interesting.
can't wait for that one. I'm
What are
not gonna
your
lie.
immediate thoughts after that?
I'm biased. Predator runs their shit, but anyway,
I don't know. It was a close score with tech issues for first class.
I don't know. I feel like, but I'm biased. I'm one of their managers, but yeah,
That's fair. At least you admit the bias. So
for sure.
for me, I don't know. I genuinely don't know how it's gonna go because these are the two of the teams. Like out of the 32 teams, these are two of the teams I know the least about. So it's a hard call for me to make. And you're
Mhm.
biased. So I guess maybe we'll get a poll going. Hold on. Let's
Ooh,
open up a Twitch poll real quick. I'm gonna go do that right now.
for sure, for sure.
How do I do this? Stream manager. It's been a hot minute since I've done this.
I'll type in chat. You can mod me. Yeah.
Slash poll. All right, here. I'll just mod you, and you can do it, Chris.
But I've got third-party sources that Keeg needs
you
an
go.
interview, but that's up to you.
Who needs an interview?
Keeg. It's from Final Form. Damn.
No, we don't. I try not to do like last minute,
I got you.
but
Okay.
that was entertaining to say the least. Alrighty. Do we have any more questions because we're about to wrap this up? Any more questions for tonight's stream? Before we get this poll running.
What is? Oh, do we not have the bot?
We might not have it because we're not affiliates yet.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Because that's what it was looking like for me.
yeah, it's not, the widget's not available. Yeah.
Heard.
All right, type 1 in chat if you have Predator. No, I'm joking. Bean.
That's crazy.
Hey, look, bro.
That's crazy.
I keep it
Predictions on
real.
show maps. Like I said, I have no idea. I genuinely can't say.
Yeah, I'm not too sure. I feel like
I feel like it's
Predator.
going to be a fantastic game. I feel
Oh
like
yeah,
it's
for
going to
sure.
be, especially if both teams take it seriously. I think it'll be game of the preseason.
Oh yeah, money match.
Alrighty. Well, I think that's gonna do it for us. I'm gonna be hopping in some 10-mans. I think everyone should hop in some 10-mans after this blood pumping episode of Chronicles of the Titans. And I can't wait to see you guys next episode when Mech will be back with us. Hopefully,
Oh yeah.
crossing our fingers. Hopefully, and you guys all have a beautiful evening. Thank you for coming, and if we'll see you around. Peace.
Bye.